When Katrina came through, it destroyed 75% of our crop. I didn't want to chase cattle. I didn't want to do row cropping. It's just a little bit too much work for me. Knowing what I know now, tea is a lot of work.
Jason actually thought I'd be really good at making tea. I do everything by smell and by touch when I bake, so most of that he figured would make me pretty good at doing tea.
When we're picking for green tea, we usually pick two leaves and a bud because of the uniformity. What we do a little bit differently than the rest of the tea making world is that we do a condition for our leaves because we have such a hot climate. And so we cool down the room a little bit and we run fans through the leaf. It reduces a little bit of the moisture, but it lets the leaf open up and get ready for the steam process that we use. And with that, what we're trying to do is get rid of the polyphenol oxidase, which is the main agent that oxidizes your tea. So by getting rid of that by using steam, so we use a steaming basket, and we do that for a short period of time, and then we actually ice bath our leaves to stop that process. It keeps it a little fresher. And then we remove the moisture and return it back to the racks where it'll also reduce down moisture again before we dry it.
Yeah, when I roll, basically, you've got to have some pressure. Um, you don't want to be too light, but you don't want to be too heavy. You're basically wanting to get the leaf bruised. As you roll it, it's actually tightening down, and that's bringing and compressing the tea leaves together.
We use a pretty simple formula, which is about 4.5 pounds of green leaf for 1 pound of dried tea. And usually that represents about 2 to 3% moisture. When it's ready, it'll actually, when you bite into it, it'll have a slight crunch, and that's when you know that it's dry. With all of our teas, we try, I don't like bitter personally, so we try to be as non-bitter as possible. We try to get a nice balanced cup of tea.